just give you a little insight into my sad life. Yeah, at that time, on the first album, Word Gets Around was the first album. Yeah,
yeah.
So I actually they really kindly, along with a lot of other people, gave me a little thank you on the back of the album, which was really nice. And then I think Performance Cocktails might have been the second album. Am I right?
It was, yeah.
So I went to the launch event. Of course, I knew the promo person from V2. And for some bizarre reason, I thought I'd turn up smart. I wish I hadn't done it, but
was that Joe Hunt at the time?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
I put a suit on. I don't know why. Yeah, I just thought, I'll put a suit on. Yeah, so I put a suit on. And
I've most definitely met you then. Well, we were talking about that earlier. So
yeah, there you go.
And we had it ready. So
yeah,
I don't remember the suit, mind.
So I had the suit on, and then I joined this queue of people. It's quite a sad story, it really is. Yeah, I joined this queue of people because she was giving out, albums to,
Yeah.
But I'd already been, by that stage, I'd been sacked by Red Dragon. So I
Right.
got all the way to the front of the queue in my suit, and Joe says, "Oh, sorry, Stevie, I'm going for you." but
thanks, Joe.
but also then that night, the guys had been filming something downstairs, I think, in the venue. It was quite a nice venue. It was like a posh brasserie type venue, wasn't it?
For the second album, now.
Yeah,
I think it was
somewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't it on. It was on Mary Street, I'm sure.
Yeah, near the theatre, wasn't it? Around the corner from the new theatre, I think.
What's the name of that place? I can't remember the name of that place.
But I turned around and there's Stuart, right? So like I say, I always kind of gravitated towards Stuart. I don't know, something about his personality I just really warmed to. And I started talking to him, and like the second I started talking to him, bang, lights, cameras, right in my face, and I just made my excuses, and I never spoke. I've never spoken to him again because,
oh no,
rabbit in the headlights,
Yeah.
Wow, that's so big. I know my place. I'll move away.
Did you get that copy of the album after that?
No, no. But there you go. But I've heard it, so that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, well, you and about 8 million other people now, I think.
Yeah, right,
So yeah, that's pretty good.
I suppose I suppose it's like a lot of things, and I know you'll get this. I kind of felt more connected to them, not exactly when they were on the way up, but and in their early success. But when they became like a big stadium band, I kind of, to a certain extent, lost that intimacy of connection with
yeah, I think that's what happens. I mean, you obviously meet so many people, so many radio DJs, pluggers, and everything, whatever you want to call them, on the way up, and by the time you're on to like your fourth or fifth album, you pretty much just see them people maybe once every couple of years then.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see people again. We remember, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I'd met Stuart again later on the line, I'm sure he would have been just as friendly as he ever was,
Oh, totally. If not more by that time, actually. So yeah. It's because Stuart was a bit, believe it or not, was a bit nervous to start meeting people and things, but that didn't last long.
He had that ridiculous grin though, didn't he? Every time.
He did, yeah. The hair and teeth, they used to call him in Cwmaman. That was his nickname.
Yeah.
One of his nicknames.
Tell me a little bit about what was that venue? Didn't they used to play Blackwood Miners quite a bit on the way up?
We did, yeah. We'd done upstairs and downstairs there.
You go in the pub next door for beer, I remember, before you used to go in.
We would have been, yeah, because it was only a little bar like next door, wasn't it?
Was it? A very ordinary, down to earth pub, wasn't it? But I mean, a packed out Blackwood Miners at that time, that would have been really buzzy, I suppose, looking back.
The downstairs, the small room, that was something else, because I don't know how they crammed so many people in there for that gig. I've got a Polaroid of that actually, and it's from
the stage.
I'm obviously on the stage right of Kelly. Well, where I had like two of Kelly's guitars, and I took a Polaroid out to the crowd on the bar, and it's just like, it just looks as if you couldn't cram anybody else in there, with a shoehorn. It was that night. I don't know if you were there that night, but that was
there one of those gigs.
That was hot.
It was pretty,
I think we must have done 35, 40 minutes or so. Just the album, I think, at the time. The Word Gets Around.
Yeah.
And Billy was hot, and Billy was manic.
Yeah.
And that still sticks in my memory actually. Plus, I've got that Polaroid of it. Actually,
I'd love to see the picture.
If I had it available, I would.
Just to ask you while we're talking, if you do find the picture and if you wanted to share and I could use it with this, would be great. You know, if you want, unless it's copyright or anything else.
I will. I've got it. I know I've got it here.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
I think I may have posted it on my Facebook once or twice as well. So I'll just pick it up. I'll pick it up and then I'll send it over to you.
I was going to say, I suppose, firstly, when you said you didn't play for a long time, I suppose, is it like when when you're you fit conservatories, or you're a builder, or you put up fences and whatever, and then you go back to your house and like your fence has fallen down, you never get around to it. You're working with guitars all the time, so
that's a great analogy. That is you're pretty spot on there, really. I guess. Well, for me anyway. I'm sure other people, it's different, but yeah, I guess so. It's feeling as well. It's how you feel, really. After you've been doing those things. I don't always feel up for it. I mean, I'd rather just on time off, I'd rather just sit down and just do nothing. Because, I mean, I'm lucky enough to, we toured the world I've been 3 times around the world, with bands I've worked with, and obviously the Phonics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it got to a point in the end where you just want to. It's great to be on tour, but then it's great to be back home as well, and especially the country. I mean, we live in Wales. It's a fantastic country, and who wouldn't want to come back to Wales?
Yeah, and a half decent football team at the moment too.
Very good. Yeah, I watched that. That was great last night. So that always spurs everybody up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It also makes everybody a little bit drunker, I think, early on in the evening.
And sunshine, it's a dangerous combination, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm fully behind always the football. It's I think they do a great job. Robert Page, I was quite friendly with Robert Page actually back in the day when we were like, I must have been, I don't know, he must have come to some more gigs or something. I met him in the Vale a few times. Because I think he's a Rhondda boy. He's from Torreville or something, or Torrepandi maybe.
Yeah, it's either there, or was it further up? Was it Merthyr? I don't know. It's somewhere in that. Yeah.
So I'm glad to see him doing really well. Obviously, in Giggs' absence.
Yes.
For other things.
We'll leave that one. That's for another podcast.
No, it's great to see. It's great to see the team doing really well. And
last night was great. I loved it.
Yeah, and probably, we'll probably mourn a bit now because maybe we should have scored more. But hey, would have taken the win was enough to take. Yeah.
So
I mean,
it'll last as long as it lasts. But I suppose in a way, it's like a bit of an analogy to music, but in terms of just sort of Stereophonics, they kind of lasted forever, and they seem to last until they don't want to do it anymore, really. So yeah,
I think it'll. Well, I don't think, I know it'll go on until Kelly will pull the pin and and say, like, I'm done.
I haven't seen the film he did recently yet. I guess you have. It's like more.
I haven't. No, I actually didn't. I didn't pay for it. I'll wait till it comes out and I get to see it. I don't know how they're gonna how it's gonna be released now. I think it'll probably come in some sort of, it'll probably come some sort of DVD package with this. I think there's a 25th anniversary of Word Gets Around next year, isn't there?
Is it really?
So yeah, it'll be 25 years since Word Get. So I'm sure that that'll come in one big package.